Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special 2025 forecast reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Taurus, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram, and my official TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Taurus, I hope that you are doing well. Happy 2025. I'm going to be using a special layout for your reading today that's based on the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west, as kind of like a compass for 2025. And I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The first one is the Citadel Fantasy Oracle deck, the Messenger Oracle deck, and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What messages do you have for Taurus for 2025? Thank you. Okay. This card, I think, came out for Cancer. Not 100% sure. It's the Weaver, Rediscovery and Transition. Rediscovery and Transition. For your reading today, I'm actually focusing on the 2 hands that have the kind of sacred geometry symbols on the outside of them. It's reminding me of how I practice Reiki. I'm a Reiki master. When I send, Reiki is the practice of universal life force energy and healing energy, channeling that energy to help others, to help a cause, to help a situation, that we're kind of drawing the energy from spirit, from the universe, in order to kind of raise the vibration of those around us, of our environment, to help clear energies in other people. And whenever I start that, there are a lot of symbols involved in, not a lot, but there are symbols involved in Reiki. And anytime we draw those symbols, it's like we're enacting the process of channeling. And I don't just draw those symbols kind of in the air, I also draw them on my hands and then kind of thrust that energy out. Sorry, there is a truck that is going underneath my window that is moving like molasses. There's something to that, moving like molasses. There could be something in your life that is moving like molasses, that is moving very slowly. That's just an aside. I'm seeing that right now. I'm seeing those symbols that I draw in order to set the intention, but I'm also using my hands to actually set that intention. So there could be some work that you're doing with your hands. You could be building something. You could be a healer. You could be healing someone with your hands. You could be praying with your hands in prayer. It feels very important. The setting the intention part feels very important as you start your year. You know, people set New Year's resolutions. I don't really like New Year's resolutions because I feel like most people crap out on them at the end. For me, it's like if you set the intention, it's very inward, it's very personal, and there's nothing, it's not about necessarily having to prove anything to anybody or accomplish something and check it off your list. It's about, you know, I set the intention to eat healthier this year, and you don't have to tell anybody that intention. It's just the intention that you set with yourself. So there's something to it. It's also about, because this came out in the Cancer reading, laying a solid foundation. So you could be setting the intention to, you know, put down, I see this gentleman across the street from my apartment. He is laying down some salt because I suppose maybe they're predicting snow tonight. I'm not sure. But he's laying down this layer of salt to set the intention and acting on it so that people can walk safely. So there's something to it here. It's like laying the foundation for something. Let's get a clarifier. This is for the middle portion of the compass. Something that you're creating, enacting with your two. Ooh, gosh. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Wow. The lengths that I had to go to to get that card. I feel like your spirit guys just came in. They're like laughing at me. Spirit, I did not appreciate that. The Two of Swords in the reverse. So, yeah, it's about, there's no confusion. Two of Swords in the upright, it's just like kind of being blindfolded and trying to consider our options and not really having a productive time at it, because it's almost like we're considering too many things and it just keeps us stagnant. But when the card is in reverse, there's a very clear delineation about what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do. And Spirit's really honing in on that for you right now. Very determined. And you know what? I was very determined to get that card because it literally fell behind my desk. My poor plant here. Okay. I'm gonna get the northeast, southwest positions for your reading today. Okay, everything has jumped out. And now we're gonna get the clarifiers from the tarot. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, 2025 yearly forecast. Okay. So we start with the north position, which is the overall goals that you're going to be setting for yourself this year, which involve protect the wild and green. So this really brings up and conjures the earth sign energies, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, doesn't it? This green heart chakra, heart-centered imagery. Green, spiritually, green means go. So there's this determination also that I feel with this card. The character is looking straight at the viewer. The sword is pointed up. Anytime swords are pointed up in a reading, it designates like truth being revealed. And this card came out for Virgo. I don't necessarily see it as you kind of protecting something in nature, although that would be wonderful. This same truck is, I don't know if you can hear it. It's distracting. They're distracting me with it. I don't know why. I think it might be a sanding truck. Spirit is telling, there's like a word of caution that surfaces may be slippery. in your reading, it's more about situations, could be tenuous, and it's best to ground yourself and think and consider before acting. So not jumping in too quickly into things. Like, it's important for you this year to have all of the facts and the figures before you make any big decisions. Protect the wild and green could be something that wants to flourish within you, because it's clarified here by the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, another earth sign energy. Seven of Pentacles talks about having planted the seed and watching it grow, and then being at this point of considering whether or not we want to continue. Do we want to continue to foster something? Do we want to continue to water it and feed it? Is it worth the effort? That's the question that is asked with the Seven of Pentacles, but the card is in reverse. And I feel as though the answer is yes. Yes, it is worth it. And I'm not confused about that anymore, right? I'm not confused. Now I feel two cards of like not being confused, not looking at several different paths. Taurus is very determined. There are now two trucks. There are two sanding trucks. It's significant. I don't mean to keep bringing it up, but usually I'm very good at being able to focus, but Spirit is putting it in my face. I don't know if you're like gonna go to the beach. Spirit, what? Okay, let me ask for a clarifier. You know what? I'm gonna ask from a different deck. What's the message that you want to give related to this distraction, Spirit? Because clearly it's important enough. There are 3 trucks now. They're all lined up in a row. There's nothing doing. There's a little bit of clouds in the sky. Nothing else. Nothing else. Something's coming. It might have to do with this card that's on your table here. Something's coming. Okay, I'm using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I'm going to show you the cards that just popped out. 2 major arcana. The first one is the Magician. This is Virgo and Gemini energy, the Master Manifester. And the next card that I have to kind of be careful with is the Devil in reverse. Capricorn energy. The Magician and the Devil. So Taurus, this is not meant to incite any kind of panic or anything like that. That's not what my readings are about. My readings are about empowerment. But when I see the Magician and the Devil together or come out together, it kind of signals to me that any person, you or I, any person, we can go one of 2 ways. Thank you, Spirit. We can go one of 2 ways, just like this weather. If we over prepare, it's just like walking out of your house with an umbrella. If you don't walk out of your house with an umbrella, it's gonna rain, right? It's that kind of situation. So the trucks are all lined up to salt the streets. Might not even snow. So there's something to, I'm just gonna kind of cover this up a little bit. There's something to be said about these 2 energies. I'm covering it up because there's some depiction on here that I just don't want to take a risk. Thank you, Spirit. That we all deal with devil energy. Devil energy is addiction, codependency, obsession about things. It's not the greatest. We all have to move through it. And Spirit is saying, you know, you have some really beautiful growth energies happening. But if we don't put things in perspective, we can actually manifest something that's not good for us. Spirit is now showing me I bought a scratch-off ticket the other day when I was with my sister and my brother-in-law, just because we were passing by a convenience store. And I was like, let me go buy one of these scratch-off tickets. It was a $10 ticket. And I don't usually do that, but I was like, I'm feeling like I want to do this. And I follow my instincts. Bought a $10 scratch-off ticket. I spent $20 total on different kinds of tickets. And I won $40. Thank you, Spirit. All right, they want me to tell the story. So, I spent $20, won $40. So I won $20, essentially. Now, there's a part of you, when you win some money in the lottery, no matter how much it is, that you just want to, like, see, the trucks are moving away now, right? So, like, Spirit's telling me I'm getting to the message. There's a part of you that wants to reinvest the money that you won. Say, oh, okay, well, I didn't lose any money because I got double my money back. So I recouped the money that I spent, and I got 20 bucks. And there's a part of me that wants to take that extra 20 bucks and reinvest it and see what else I can win. And then it becomes like a little greedy. Not a little greedy, but let me just use that. I can buy it another time, but let me just use that $20 on something like groceries. Something that I know is going to be useful to me. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking risk. Without risk, there's no reward, right? We understand this. But at the same time, you gotta, like, what's it called? You gotta, like, hedge your bets. You gotta look at what it is that you've invested in, right? Because we've determined now that this investment was worth it. But you don't want to go so far in the opposite direction that you actually work against yourself. And that is the theme for you. Don't go so far in the opposite direction that you negate or undermine all of the work that you've already put in to whatever it is that we're talking about. See, all the trucks are gone. 3 trucks gone. So Spirit wanted me to convey that message to you. I don't know what this situation pertains to, but it's something having to do with something that you're growing, something that you've invested in. It could be your career. It could be a relationship. We want to toe the line very, very carefully this year for Tauruses of what it is that you're actually bringing in for yourself. Okay? Because ultimately, you're the one responsible for it. You're the weaver. You're the manifester. In the East. Okay, I understand now. Thank you, Spirit. First of all, this looks like Rihanna to me. I don't know why. It just looks like Rihanna. Heed the messengers. Heed the messengers. Hi. I'm the messenger in this particular instance. Remember, tarot cannot tell you how to live your life. You have full autonomy. You make your own decisions. You want to go headfirst into devil territory? That's your business. Okay, that's your business. But I took it from another deck. The 2 major arcana came out too. Some of the most powerful ones too. You don't mess around with that. Spirit does not make mistakes. Heed the messengers. Listen to what is coming up. The East is what is rising, what is upcoming. It's clarified by the Tower. Another major arcana. Gigantic energies for you this year, Taurus. The Tower talks about the Tower. The Tower comes right after the Devil card. The Devil is number 15. The Tower is number 16. So there's progression. That's good. There's progression. Spirit was talking about a warning here, right? There's something in your life that is or has not been working thus far. You already know what this is. This is not, it's great shock, awe, and surprise, but only to this extent that it finally happened. It's not that you didn't know it was gonna happen, right? You're just like, finally, it's about time. It talks about something that was built on a shaky foundation. So here you are. I see you setting yourself out to create a new foundation for yourself, and I think it's because something wasn't working. But you see here how this character is embracing it, embracing the fall. That's powerful. It's like you're looking forward to change. This is coming up for you in the second quarter of the year, springtime. Heed the messenger. What's the message, Spirit, besides the ones I've given so far? Okay, that's ironic. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, another earth sign energy. Usually the knights in the upright bring earnest messages. The Knight of Pentacles, earth sign, would bring in a message of opportunity. Hey, Taurus, I have this great door opening, whatever, this possibility of something. You might be interested in it. But when the Knight is in reverse, it's like a false promise or a false offer, or maybe this person, this is outside of you, maybe this person had every intention of following through on something, but they don't. I'm gonna say this, Spirit just said it to me, have a plan B. Plan B, plan B, plan B. What's the plan B? Five of Cups talks about this sense that there was something that was lost, but there's still 2 cups that remain, right? 3 cups lost in the water, but 2 cups remain. There's a little bit of lament here. Keep your options open, Taurus. Don't be too, that's another devil energy, right? You don't want to be too fixated on an outcome having to go just exactly as you want it to, because you stifle the energy when you have too much expectation. Put your intentions out there and then allow Spirit to bring it to you in beautiful and surprising ways. If you say, I must have that apartment in that building on that floor, or else everything is going to fall apart. I mean, you could get it, but what happens if you don't? Are you going to fall apart? Is it going to be the end of the world? Probably not. But your attitude that it would be would not help the situation. So there's a little bit, there's some strife at the beginning of the year here. There's a little bit of, and I'm sorry if, if this doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, but I'm just trying to be as honest in my interpretation of the cards as I can be, because I'm always trying to give what Spirit wants me to give. And it's, they're showing me Rihanna. There must be some Rihanna song. I'm not really familiar with Rihanna's music. There is a song that's in my head now. I think it's the one that says Rude Boy. Is that the song you want them to listen to, Spirit? Spirit is really bringing in Rihanna. I don't know in what way. that maybe it just will make sense to you, but you could hear a Rihanna song, and there could be a message in that song that really, okay, well, now there's that Rihanna song that goes, "B better have my money." So there might be a Rihanna song that you listen to that really resonates with you, that has to do with an ending. But remember, endings bring new beginnings, and it's all about the attitude that you take about that new beginning that is going to really influence how the rest of your year goes. Because when we look into the challenges, not that we haven't met challenges already, but when we look into the South energy, the underlying challenges, the first one said heed the messengers. The challenge here says heed your dreams, but it's clarified by the Three of Swords in reverse. The Three of Swords is the heartbreak card. It is in reverse, but it's heartbreak, heartache, disappointment. This is the summertime months. The card is in reverse though, so it kind of shows me that you're doing your best. I think you're going to be doing your best with plan B. Still trying to make things happen for you. Can you see here that snake? 2025 is the year of the snake. So in the year of the snake, there are a lot of, snakes can represent shedding old skins. And so I think it's almost like the first 2 quarters of the year, you're really kind of trying to cement your place. Like you're trying to, as Spirit just said, make a name for yourself, but it's not you don't need to prove anything, but I think you need to prove something. And so there's this sense here that you need to make a name for yourself, prove something, prove to other people. And that challenge is, that's kind of fueled, that impulse is fueled by this sense of lack and this sense of you not being enough, which is not true. Let me get a clarifier card. What is the Three of Swords about, Spirit? Nine of Swords in the reverse. See? All eyes on you. Nine of Swords talks about nightmare energy. You did get this one in reverse. These are 2 swords cards in the summertime months. So you're just really up in your head, trying to step out of that energy. These are difficult energies that you recognize and that you're trying to step out of. This sense that there's judgment here. I'm being brought back to the North energy. Protect the wild and green. And here we see it here. And here we see it in the winter months here, which we'll get to in a second. But it's this sense that no matter what is happening, it's really important that you bring yourself back to a grounded place, that you don't forget what your ultimate goal is. What is it that you're trying to grow and foster? Because there's a lot of distractions that are coming in the way. There are a lot of distractions in this reading. This devil energy here is, it feels a little karmic, to be honest with you. This whole reading feels like you're going to be working through a lot of karma. And I know that, I hope somebody's still watching, but I know that seems like not what somebody wants to hear, but if you kind of heed that message, it will only benefit you later on. I worked through a lot of karma this year, right? It was such a beautiful and fruitful and abundant year, and yet it tested me. Like, it tested me every single month of the year. I was tested with something really difficult, and I'm not going to wish it away or like, oh, if I could do my year over, I wish I'd never experienced this. No, everything builds so that you can become the person that you are. So it's not to say that you're not going to experience abundance. In fact, I think you're going to experience a lot of abundance, but with that comes a responsibility. There has to be some give and take. It's like the universe bringing things into balance. How you come into that abundance is, I think, what is in question. Is it going to be the product of your own effort, your own growth, your own two hands? Is it going to be something that seems like too good to be true, a flash in the pan, somebody external to you giving you promises that they can't keep? I'm not sure. This is why it's so, because, you know, they're showing me the third eye now. Also the evil eye. It's really important to trust your instincts, to keep the goal in sight. Always keep whatever goal it is, always keep that the focus. But have backup plans, because Spirit will throw a wrench in the system every once in a while, because we're here to learn. We're in the earth school to be tested, right? That's not something that I need to tell you. This is just life. But it's the foundation that you lay at the beginning of the year with your attitude and your intention. Your intention, remember? That sets the tone for everything else. And in the West energy, what is setting, what is being put to bed, this is the fourth quarter of the year. Letting go of the old. Couldn't be happier about that. Letting go of the old, what does not serve you. You see all these yellow feathers here? It reminds me of what I did today, which was I was pruning some of my plants. Thank you, Spirit. Getting rid of like old dead leaves. And I repotted I repotted one plant and I made it into 3 different plants because there was so much growth. It was outgrowing its pot. Right, I did that today. I took care of the things that I have already cultivated. So this is you just pruning and preening to be at your optimal self. And it's clarified by this Fool energy, taking a leap of faith. The Fool starts the Tarot's, the journey of the Tarot. It's the Fool's journey. It's believing in Spirit and believing in yourself, despite the challenges that may or may not arise in front of you. I'm going to get one more card, advice from Spirit. This was not an easy reading, Taurus, but I hope that you know that it was set with so much intention of being productive to you and with so much love. Ace of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. You took the words right out of my mouth. This is from Spirit. In spite of all of this that's going to occur throughout the year, there is still so much being birthed that has to do with what's going to make you happy, what's going to fulfill your heart space. Ace of Cups. This is water energy. There's still so much abundance, and Spirit is trying to remind you, don't forget about that. Don't forget about all the growth that also happens when we experience hardship. There's also growth. And it's all going to be in your perspective on things that determines what that growth looks like. So that's your reading, Taurus. I hope that some of you are still watching. This was a difficult one, but at the same time, you have free will. You control your destiny. This is just the message you needed to hear right now in this moment so that you can make the best decisions for yourself moving forward in 2025. You lay the foundation. You set the tone. If you would like a personal 2025 forecast reading, I do offer that in my Buy Me a Coffee link, which you can find. If this is where we leave things, I'm sending you so much love and abundance and well wishes. Happy 2025.